I'd say this is a do not disturb sign, wouldn't you?
Hello. So I want to show you NAC X. This is a weather mod, but it's really good. It has some really nice stuff to it, and it has a very good menu set up and some different things. Now I'm just gonna show you what I can. If you've been watching some of my other shows, you've seen me testing and playing around with it some. I'm probably not going to cover everything, but I do want to go through the menu and show you some of the different weathers you can get and different things like that. Some of the different settings. So let's see. This is a port. Okay. The modder who did the port is Taggin. And the NAC X is Lose, L-O-O, or L00, so however you want to look at that. You can call them Lou, I suppose, or you could say they're 50 if you go for Roman numerals. Or is that, yeah, 5000, anyway, who knows. Nonetheless, it's about 89 megabytes, okay? Let's not chance on it. It's 89 megabytes. But it's really good. From what I've seen and what I've been playing around and the different weathers and some of the lighting and different things. Now, I haven't played around with everything yet. It has a lot of different stuff here. So, we're going to fool around with some of it. It has, I'm not going to read you all these, but you can read these. It has a lot of customization. Let's see. Well, they say it's been redone from scratch. It does seem very easy to use. It's got a good menu. The menu is located in your apparel inventory, which is different, but you can favorite it and use it very easily, so I kind of like that. More than 40 distinct weather types, covering all that. 10 original Rad Storms. They have some pretty interesting Rad Storms and some pretty light to extremely intense experiences. Yes, I would say so. Unique weather effects, cloud, shadows, radiation. Yeah, I would say that. Real nights, you can control how bright it is, but you can mess with it. You can make it darker. Let's see. Exclusive camera effects. Now, I did not play around with that. It does give you some interior relighting. I do remember that. Options to change the third-person camera, toggle God rays, and adaptation. I do remember the God rays and adaptation. I'd forgotten about the third person. And then some of this other, and water redone for better look with NAC X lighting. Now, I think I'm probably overriding that because I have my own little water mod down here. Which is clear water, so I might be affecting, or clean water, so that might be affecting that, but it might not. This doesn't really change. Does this change the appearance of it? This is the tropical variation. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think this does make it look a little different, so it probably is not looking. I'm probably overriding or messing with the NAC X water appearance, so that's life. We'll deal with that. But anyway, now it says you can safely install it anytime, but if you're going to uninstall it, you should disable all the effects and weathers before you uninstall it. Kind of makes sense. That could mess you up. I've been using this for a while, and you've seen it in my load order and in my games. And like I said, I tested and played around with it, so you shouldn't be too surprised. It's one of these things that I was trying out, and I think it has worked well, and I like it. Their pictures are fairly representative, I believe. And I'm going to load back into John's game because he's having some wild weathers anyway. And then I'll try to show you some other weathers and some things from the menu and just give you a chance to see it. Okay. All right. So I will see you in the game. We're at one of the bunkers again, so don't be too surprised. I will see you there in a moment. So here's some very interesting NAC weather. This is a Rad Storm with some vicious effects and sound. This is a horrible looking thing to be out in. And you notice John is soaking up a lot of rads. But I wanted to show you this as a part of the NAC weather show, because this is wow. I mean, it's a vicious looking thing. Now I think we can get some cover under here, but it's not going to be total and complete cover because there's holes and stuff in this. And look how the lighting is horrible. And the storm just looks awful. And look at all the rads we're taking. Poor John. And then the thunder and lightning sounds horrible and scary. I mean, this is pretty good for Halloween, right? But not for just regular doing. So this is hard to get around in. Let's see what we can do here. Can we help John out here? We can give him some rad away, which will get rid of his rads. But don't I have... I thought I had some rad resistance, you know. I'm not thinking of the right word, I'm sure. Well, anyway, we did the Rad away, and that should be fine. I thought, oh, Rad X. There we go. Let's take a Rad X. That'll help us resist a little bit. It's not going to help us resist at all, of course. Hey, is that a bad guy? That is. Look at that. He doesn't even know we're here. Let's just shoot him down in the rain out here. This is a horrible bit of weather to be out in. But I thought it'd be interesting for you to see it, like I said, for the show. Just that you can be out and have this kind of horrible weather with the NAC weather mod. So, I mean, it is something to be aware of. Alright, I'm going to have to stop here, so I will be back.
Go, go, go!
Now, with this in mind, with this kind of weather going on, if you wanted to, you know, get rid of this kind of effect so you could continue in your gaming day without this kind of craziness, NAC does give you a way to, let's see, where's that at? NAC gives you a way to change this up. Where do they put it? There we go. Alright, so here's what we can do. I think we can come in and we can pick a weather that we want. So like we can select a pleasant weather, clear sky, load selected weather, and ta-da! Clear sky, vanilla, redone. And there you go. Now we've cleared it up. Now that there is still a chance for that other weather to come back at some point. But not right now. Oh, we still have something. Something is still here. It's explosives. Now here, well, we'll show you that later. Alright, so I don't want to get distracted. So that's how you can change NAC, though. Change the weather in NAC to suit you if you get something horrible like we were just experiencing. So, alright, I'm going to continue on, and we'll come back to that and show you some more of that later. Alright, so here we are. Now, let me show you where we are on the map. We are down at the Federal Supply Cache. I did another show here, and you may have seen that, so don't be too surprised. I think we're still fairly early in the day. Yeah, 9:35 a.m. Now, I have taken... Let me show you. Okay. The NAC X settings menu, it's usually at the top of your apparel menu. Now, I favorited it. I added it to the bottom of my thing here, and I just have to hit that, and it brings this up. Now, you can change a lot of different things, but let's just say that I want to change a weather or load a random weather, I could just load a random weather. Of course I got something ugly and awful, which is not surprising. But you can load a random weather and just get whatever you get. So that is an option. And you can also, like, if you're like, man, I want to select a weather. I need pleasant, clear sky weather. Load it, and ta-da! There you go. Now I went through that pretty fast, so let me show you that again. I'm sorry. Let's do a random weather again. So NAC weathers. We're just going to do a random weather. Okay, we got we got a time warp storm. Now, we were getting this earlier, and I didn't know what to think of this, the time warp storm. But that's what we're getting. It's very strange, and it slows time down and kind of messes with you. But nonetheless, let me take you back through the menu. Alright, now we're going to pull up the weather we want. We're going to go weathers. We're going to say select and manage weathers. Okay, we want pleasant and we want clear sky. Okay, then it's going to give you the chance to load it or fade to it, or you can ban the selected weather from your current climate, which is interesting, which means you would not see that selection. But let's just let's fade it. I haven't done a fade before. Let's just fade it. And it's going to fade us over to that. It takes a moment. Just give it a minute. It's heading that way. It's just not going really fast. Okay, the fade is too slow for me. I'm just going to admit it. I want it to be faster than that. So I'm going to come back in. I'm going to select pleasant and clear sky, and then I'm just going to load it. Ta-da! I don't like the fade. So the load is much better because, boom, you get your sky, and it's great. See that? We got a clear day. Now, you can also select other types of weather, of course. Like, let's select something a bit more interesting. Let's select a Rad Storm. What kind of Rad Storm do we want? Let's go Ultra Rad Storm. That sounds fun. Let's load that up. This is the Ultra Rad Storm. Oh, my goodness. And it does have some intense sounds and things. And sometimes you'll have a nuke go off. It's really interesting. It is. Let's see. So let's see. I'm trying to remember what was. That was an Ultra Rad Storm, right? Ban all Rad Storms. Well, you can ban all Rad Storms. Let's try the Red Storm. This is the one that was really interesting. And I had it come up several times. And I know I showed you this earlier, but look how vicious this is. It is very scary looking. But very interesting. So see, I think that one's very interesting. Now, let's see. What else we can select a lot of other things. I mean, you can just do snow if you wanted. You could just do snow. Let's do a snowstorm. And let's load it. And there you go. And now we have a snowstorm. Again, interesting that you can have this and do this. I think it's cool. Alright, so other than that, there's other settings. Like, you can do different presets in your game. Oh, wait, let's clear this. Hold on, let me get out of this for a minute. Okay. Let's clear this weather so I can show you. Alright, so, NAC weathers. Let's do the pleasant clear sky and load that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm using a certain preset. I am using Vivid. We're going to go in presets. Let's see. Can I? I'll show you. I'm using Vivid if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm using Vivid, but I thought I was supposed to be able to turn it off. You can, I just have to find it, I'm sorry. Maybe we just need to go back out of here and reset everything. Let's go back. Well, that wasn't funny. I didn't want to get all the way out. So let's do a reset. We're going to reset everything to default. Okay? Whoa.
An impressive display of survival tactics.
Okay, so we've reset everything to default. Now, do I want to disable everything? I guess you could disable everything if you were going to get out of this. But nonetheless, you can come in here to your presets, and you can choose these different presets. Like, there you go, ash and rust. Or you can do bleaked. Now, you can put them together, and you can do black and white, and you can put them together again. You don't have to do them together, but you can. And it allows you to kind of see what you're getting. And then there's bleaked. Oh, I've got them both on now. That's because I wasn't paying attention to where the cursor was. And then there's cinema. All of these have slightly different effects, and you'll notice them. And there's dark shadows. Which dark shadows has kind of its own appeal. I will say that. And I think there's a Cinema 2, but I think you have to use Cinema 1 to have Cinema 2 as a choice. I think Cinema 2 kind of makes Cinema 1 look a little better. But then you can disable Cinema, and there you go, you're back out of it. You can do Dead, which has its own look. All of these presets have their own look. So, and you can see how it changes the screen. You have to really try and decide what you like. I really liked, as always, well, okay, let's see. You can do Milky, but that kind of just adds a haze. You can do a Gentle Boost. I'm not sure what it's boosting. You can do Gentle Boost 2. Again, not sure what it's boosting, but I could tell a difference. High Key, that seems to be pretty bright. Lo-Fi. Whew, I don't think I like that. Oh, that's way too much for me. Log, that seems kind of milky too. Or foggy. Now there's Grim. Grim looks a little dim. Makes sense, right? So now let's go to the next page. There's PRC. I don't remember what PRC is, but there you go. There's Sci-Fi. Kind of greenish looking. I did the other one. There's Resident Evil if you want that kind of atmosphere, I suppose, and Resident Evil 2. There's Sabbath. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like there's some darker shadows and stuff to it. It's not bad. There's Vintage. And Vintage 2 brightens it back up a little bit. If you use Vintage, you might want to use Vintage 2. And then there's Vivid. Now, I like Vivid because of the coloring. I like the little extra color, if you can see that. And I thought I had that on in John's game, but you know, I may have forgotten and loaded a save that didn't have this active. So there, I'm going to leave Vivid on because I like Vivid. Now then there's effects. You can go into all of these. Now, and this is purely up to you if you want these types of things. Now, like me, for brightness, I probably would not change my brightness. I control that in the menu if I want it. Saturation and contrast, that's why I was using Vivid, so that I wouldn't need to adjust these, but you certainly can adjust these. You can add to it, or you can not, or you can reset it. And you can look around if you want to look around. Right now, saturation is 0. I can make it minus 1, or I can add 1. I can reset it. I can look around. It won't let you look around forever, though. So let's go back, because I'm not going to mess with that. And the contrast is the same. You can play around with that. The exposure, I'm not sure what this is. Can anybody tell what that is? Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that one. So I'm just going to go back. I'm not going to claim to know things I don't know. This is the balance. I'm not going to mess with the balance. This is color shade, sunlight intensity. Now this, hold on. Let's look around. Let's find the sun. Where's the sun? Okay, so here's the sun. I don't know that I could tell that much difference. I'm going to reset the sunlight intensity and leave it alone. Let's see, what else? It has sky luminosity. It has bloom. Oh. What did that do? Okay, that's the first one that just said, eh. That's too bad. I'm not sure what that means when it just goes away. What does that mean? I think that's an off and on. So I'm going to leave. I think I'm going to leave that alone. Alright, so anyway. Let's see, so what else can we do here? There's a lot of stuff. I'm probably not showing you everything. That's just a little bit of stuff. You can come in here. You can change this. You can change your camera. You can disable adaptation. You can disable volumetric lighting. I think that means God rays, basically. Now there, see, when you disable adaptation, your person's eyes don't always adjust. It can make things darker on you. But you can change a lot of things here. I'm probably not going to mess with a lot of this. NAC settings. Now, night brightness, you can select that. You can do darker nights, much darker nights, brighter nights, much brighter nights. I don't know what my default is, but we could say darker nights. Okay. Let's go back. Interior, we can do darker interiors. NAC options. Now, what's our options here? Disable him. Okay, so you can disable some things. Oh, you can have functional sunglasses. That's funny. Disable Rad Storm alarm. Well, that might be interesting because that Rad Storm alarm is pretty loud. So that's okay. I think that's okay to turn that off. Okay, so then there is time scale. You can change your time scale. We probably don't want to mess with this, and I'm not going to. Now you can enable the Pip-Boy flashlight, which I liked. See, now your Pip-Boy is more of a flashlight. What's this sound effect I'm getting? Oh, it's starting to rain and stuff. We're starting to get another Rad Storm. That's okay. That's part of this weather system. So, but anyway, you can get a flashlight effect instead of the Pip-Boy, which I kind of liked that. That way your Pip-Boy acts more like a flashlight, which I think is kind of cool. Was there anything else? There's other things. I mean, there's more, of course, that you can play around with. I'm going to reset this back to default when we're done. But, and then for the weathers, you can do your climates and seasons. Like winter season, cold climate, spring season, higher chances of rain, summer season. You can change these. Nuclear climate, you can do that. I did that in a test with very high chance. And you can do game time-based seasons. But like we can do the nuclear climate. Now, hold on a second. We're going to enact this. We're going to go in here and sleep for like 24 hours, okay? So I will be back in 2 days. Just hold on. Okay, with this change that we made, going to the, let me see if I can show you. Going to the climate and season, we're currently in the nuclear climate, okay? It switched over to that from the default balanced. So, I awoke from that to be almost dead. So we got to get rid of some rads, and we got to take a stim pack.
Want to get out of here?
There we go. Yes, don't worry, Popper. Okay, so anyway, you might find this. Let me turn the light on. See, we're getting some sort of weird time storm, though, I think. But you might find this interesting. Now, it's early in the day. Yeah, we're getting those weird time storms. So I'm not sure that my flashlight even helps. And we're getting rads and everything. Now, I'm going to try to take us somewhere a little different. Maybe we can see how this affects our community at Sanctuary or something. Let's go up to Sanctuary and see what's going on there. If anything. Oh, there's a bunker there. The Federal Ration Stockpile. Maybe I'll stop by there and see what's there. So I will see you there in a moment.
Open fire! Open fire!
Alright, so fast traveling under the nuclear winter setting does not work because you die of radiation poisoning before you can get where you're going. Oh no, what just happened? Why are we on fire here? I don't understand what just occurred. A lot of strange things happen out here, so I don't always know why. Why did that suddenly set on fire? And, oh, it looks like we're getting a different type of storm coming in. That's what it is. Yep. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of that just because it's different. Alright. Anyway, so, yeah, we're getting a different type of storm in. NAC is really quite crazy. I'm going to show you the mod. I think I've shown you a lot of things that you can look at and play around with. This right now, I've reverted back to fairly basic settings, just the default, and I'm still getting crazy Rad Storms and things like this. So, and it just changes sometimes out of the blue. It can be kind of scary. But there's worse things in the world. It can be fun. It's kind of hot in here, isn't it? Do you see the heat? Wow. Okay. Alright. Anyway, let me show you the mod again. Okay, so the mod is NAC X. Now, if you do have Nuka World and Far Harbor, you can get the little extensions, patches, whatever you want to call them, the little add-ons for those. If you don't, then you can just use NAC X, the original, which is fine. It gives you all these variations that I was showing you. I was not in Nuka World or Far Harbor, so this was all normal content. So, let's see, I forgot. Let's see, the original modder is Lou L00. And I think the person that ported it was either Taggin or Tagrin. Anyway, nonetheless, it's a very interesting weather mod. I've kind of liked it. It's a little large in a way, but I don't think it's any bigger than True Storms, really. It adds a lot of fun stuff. Now, it may not all be to your liking. Some of it can be a little startling, and some of it can be pretty intense. And I think that's where I'm getting those nuclear explosions, is from some of the intense storms they throw in those nuclear bombs. And it really just messes with your mind. The first time it happened, I really did not know what was going on. So, but it can be fun. And if you set it on that nuclear winter setting, that is a real survival type of setting. And you're not going to be able to fast travel because the radiation will just kill you. Well, you might be able to fast travel short hops, but I think survival doesn't let you fast travel anyway. So I think you'd be okay. Nonetheless, very interesting NAC X, very interesting weather mod. I really like it. I know it's a bigger, heavier weather mod than some of those I've used in the past, because that one I liked in the past is very small and very fun, and I liked it. But nonetheless, this is fun in its own crazy way, and it does add something to your game. And if you're looking for some surprises like the Rad Storms and all that craziness, you might enjoy it. So, all right. Okay, so that is NAC X. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.
All hands, this is the captain. Prepare to abandon ship. Combat teams, repel boarders until ops personnel are away.